Test. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello everybody, can you hear me? I decided to put the webcam the headset. I decided to put the sound, record the sound through the webcam. It is the same. No, it doesn't look the same. Dave Phillips without the headset, but it doesn't look right. But I'll be up for some Counter-Strike later. So so forget about me. What are yous up to? What are yous up to? I can't do this normally because normally I've got somebody else in the house, but I've got an empty just now, so I'm doing it this way. Normally there's somebody in the house, but and if I had the microphone, if I used the microphone on the mic, on the webcam, you'd be able to hear them, but you can't if it's just if it's with the headset. Lyle Christine says, let's slag off Glasgow City Council. Well, there won't be enough people who'll know what we're talking about. What do you mean specifically, Lyle? Do you mean like the steps and all that carry on? Dave Phillips is currently rewriting hundreds of his CDs as lossless that were ripped and shite 128 about a decade ago. Dave, can you download them like pirate stuff? Because you've already bought it. Download it, would that not be quicker? Like imagine I had at one point or another, every Prince CD, I can either rip the lot of them or in about fucking 10 minutes download everything he's ever done. Providing I've bought it before, and then upload it to Google Play, and then you've got it there as 320. The bitrate 320. Now I know that isn't a lossless, but if you think you can tell the difference between 320 and lossless, you're kidding yourself on. Right, Lyle Christine, you're talking about the steps at Archie's Orange Fest, right? Let me play devil's advocate here. The steps the steps are part of the Royal Concert Hall, leading up to the Royal Concert Hall. Right? It's not a council building. It's not like a thing. It's not like it was set out as a place for people to sit on. And they what do you call it? Things on. And all that carry on. I know that it's a place that people like to go to. Sorry, did I say place? I meant space. Space. I know that's a space that people like going to do their demonstrations and things like that. But there isn't some fucking right to it. I'm just playing devil's advocate, that's all. It's not like the council set up a place, space for people to have demonstrations or things like that, and now the council's taking it away. There just happen to be steps there leading up to the Royal Concert Hall, which never used to be there. And now the council are taking it away. And I think that the council are taking it away so that their enemies, for example SNP voters, because it's like most of the Labour council, can't organise there. I think we're getting into paranoia. So as much as I want the steps to stay, I'm not like that. The council are fucking terrible. But if a lot of people are saying keep them and the council are doing it anyway, well, you know what? Fucking vote them out. Vote them out. There you go. What's the other things you were saying? Orange Fest. I don't like the Orange Order, but what can you do? They've got the right to have a thing. They've got the right to have a thing. I don't like them, but they've got the right to do a thing that I don't like. Bethel, who I play Counter-Strike with, right cunt this guy. He's saying on Twitter that I've banned him for the chat. I don't recall that. If you're still looking on this, Bethel, tell me what your username is and I'll see if I can unban you. I don't know how to do it though. And what's the other thing? The Archies. Aye, that is a kind of daft one, because the way the police were, the way it sounds like with the police, it's like the police are saying that it's the responsibility, the Archies and the staff and all that, to stop people taking drugs. How do you do that? And as I said on Twitter a wee while ago, does that give us the right to walk into a fucking a police station and shut down the police station because they have stopped? They have been unable to stop Wayne's taking drugs. I mean, that's their fucking job after all. That is the job of the police, to try and stop crime. How have the police let these drugs come into the country? Not only did they let the drugs come into the country, they were unable to stop drugs coming into the country, unable to stop it going through the various fucking suppliers and dealers and all that, right down to the kind of the cunts that, you know, the low cunts. How come they're unable to fucking stop that? Why were they unable to stop that? Right, everybody knows, because it's hard. It's fucking hard to stop that. If you wanted to stop it, it's hard. And because the fucking staff in the Archies, what they meant to do? Strip search people? Fucking strip search them? What you meant to do? How are you meant to stop them? So they've shut down this thing that's a big cultural sort of and artistic centre, because the club kind of funds the arts stuff. The club funds the arts stuff. So that's the whole thing fucked, because the police put in some kind of complaint or put some sort of thing together to go, the Archies is a bad place because they can't stop people from taking drugs, when the police themselves, whose job it is to try and stop that, that's one of their jobs. That's their main thing, to stop fucking like drugs. They can't do it. We don't shut the police down. We don't go to police stations and go, right, that's it, finished, because you're obviously not trying hard enough. You obviously don't care. So that's a daft one. That is a daft one. It's daft because it's illogical. It's illogical. It actually doesn't make sense. I don't mind people when they've got different opinions and, well, I like that, but that doesn't actually make sense. I don't think. See if the Archies, said we're going to try and stop people, but they never did any searches. They saw people gubbing pills right in front of their eyes and did nothing. And there's proof of all that. People snorting stuff, gubbing stuff, and the bouncers just went like that. That's something. But as far as I heard, they tried their hardest. Pat Cadigan says, police are pretty good at policing fans singing at football matches. Maybe should be focusing on real crime, drugs, rape, murder, assault. But remember, the police don't just focus on the big things. There are wee things, and you should deal with them and all, surely. I mean, if some wee guy broke my window, is that it? Just, I can't do anything about it because somebody's getting murdered somewhere? I think there's enough posts to go in. Slut Stomper says, I love drugs. Aye, they're magic, man. I mean, they're very, very dangerous and can not only kill you but can lead to insanity. I tell you, I was in a police station all day there, just dropping by, and the amount of drug taking that goes on in their places. Police stations by the police, the amount of drugs that they get fucking through. No doubt I'll get fucking dug up for this shot or something, but they're all on it. Drugs, the police. How else can they go to people's doors and say, are you related to, or are you the husband of, are you the wife of thing? I'm afraid I have some bad news. How can you do that job without taking drugs? And so in a way I don't blame them, but they're all on it. They're all on it, man. The officers, the receptionists, the officers, the people behind the desks, the people that go out, they're all on something. They have to be. I don't mean they have to be as in, surely they must be. I mean, it is required. I know 3 police, Boy George says, on what? They're on something. It's either coke. This isn't me guessing. It is always one of these. Every police in Glasgow anyway, and this is a fact. I know this. I know 3 police who told me this and showed me. Remember, I was in the police station and I saw. Every police in Glasgow is, when you see them wearing their gear, they've taken one of these because they get an option: cocaine, acid, jellies, as in temazepam, hash, not to be confused with weed, hash, actual hash, and there was another one, heroin. No the fucking amount of heroin that they're all staggering about, just enough to kind of get them through it. And that was told to me by three officers. Well, 2 officers and one's a commandant. And the commandant is on acid. Commandant's on the acid. So, tell me about you. What have you been up to? What are you up to today? It's Sunday. What are you up to? In Glasgow right now, it's a Mela on right now. It's an alright day. Joey Shepherd says, what made you laugh? A joke that I heard. I just remembered a joke that somebody once told me. So is that Jurassic World? Is that out right now? Jurassic World. Aye. .7 on IMDb, 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. There you are. Yeah, I suppose. You know they should bring out, instead of Jurassic Park, they should bring out Jurassic Bark. And instead of dinosaurs, it's dogs. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That would be brilliant. I'd love to watch that. They go to a park and it's dogs. I'd love to watch that. That'd be brilliant. Don't talk to me about Mad Max. See Mad Max? I don't know if I've spoke about it in a webcam before, but that Mad Max film, the way people reacted, some people reacted to me. In fact, it was mainly my own fault because I couldn't believe it. It was mainly me. I was astonished that people liked that so much. Not just anybody, I mean people whose opinion I trusted. And I say that past tense, trusted, because I don't anymore. It reminded me when I went to Japan. I don't know if I said that on Twitter, but it reminded me of when me and my girlfriend were travelling. First place we went to was Japan, and I thought it was alright. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't really like Japan that much. I kind of said, I didn't really like the food that much, and it's no as exciting and sort of, I don't know, fucking futuristic or something. I wasn't wanting fucking Blade Runner, but there was something that it's funny, it's a kind of fucking, I don't know, man, all lonely or something. No, that's not it. I don't know what it is. I didn't really, for whatever reason, for various reasons, I wasn't that into it. And there were some people on my blog at the time, because I kept a blog, and there's some people that were really fucking, they're like pissed off that I didn't like Japan. They looked down on me for no liking Japan. I was an idiot. In a way, I sort of feel that way with fucking that Mad Max, but I'm just imagining it, because if I went through my tweets, I bet I can't find one tweet of somebody actually looking down on me. You know, you get some things into your head that aren't actually fucking true. So I'm talking shite. You're watching me live right now talking shite. I didn't like it. It was funny, one person said you should take the time, you didn't really experience it right enough, you should take the time to get to know the people and culture, and then you'll see, then I think you'll begin to appreciate it and all that, right? And I just thought, you know what I said, I thought, I want to annoy this cunt. I just went like that, nah. I don't know if that's what I said, but by the way, you know, the people were all fucking nice. Really, really, really nice. Almost, you know, the bowing and everything. like normal cunts that work in fucking shops. I remember one time in particular getting an umbrella because it was raining, and and what did he do? It was a kind of young guy, and he went, kind of went like with the umbrella. Then he went like, "Hi." I'm not joking. He went, "Hi." I don't know what hi means. I don't know if it's yes or here or something. But I always, when I hear hi, I think like E Honda and Street Fighter 2. Hi, like that. And he went like, hi, and like kind of like bowed the head. And it reminds me, my only experience of Japan before that is like fucking like samurai films and things like that. So that kind of reminded me of like, holding an umbrella like that. It's like a fucking sword. And then he remembered he was going to put it in a plastic sort of bag thing. He went, yeah, yeah, and did it again. Everybody that had dealings with, because obviously I didn't fucking meet everybody. Anybody had any kind of dealings with opening doors and stuff like that, everybody's dead polite and all that. But so I don't know what it was I didn't like, but that person saying to me on my blog, get to know the people and culture. I was just like, nah. What I'll do is I'll go to a place. And I just thought to myself, why? Why? I think I said on my blog, why are you getting pissed off? And the person was a bit pissed off, like kind of calling me a Philistine and all that. I thought, if I went to Spain, if I just nipped here to Spain there, and I says, I was away to Thingamabob for a couple of weeks. No Benidorm, right, just somewhere else. Didn't really like it that much. I don't think that person would be fond of themselves to say, you should get to know the Spanish people and the Spanish culture. That's why you didn't like it. They would just be going like, oh, right, do you not like it? No. But because it's Japan with the culture and the sort of, that whole type of thing, for me to just go like that, I don't like it. How fucking dare you? I'm entitled to just not be into certain fucking things. I'm entitled to know have a good time. Went through to Johnston all day, went through to Paisley. Didn't like it. You should get to know the people and the culture. I know it's different. There isn't a culture there that's different for fucking Glasgow, but you know what I mean. So get to know the people. See if somebody came to Glasgow. See if somebody came to Scotland. See if a Japanese person came to Scotland or anybody else from outside Scotland. Say, I didn't really like it. But I say get to know the people and culture. I'd be like, aye, it is shite, isn't it? Even if I fucking don't think it's shite, I'd say that anyway. Oh, you don't like it? Aye, I suppose it is shite. Anyway. I will be heading on to Counter Strike, let's say 4 o'clock, quarter an hour, right? Is there anything Pat Cadigan says, more importantly, Faith No More, great gig, I have a spare, want to come along? How do you know it's a great gig? You've not been yet. Have you got a time machine? Mad fucking time traveller, aye, I'll come along with you. The bold fucking Doc. The bold Doc. Back! Marty! Here in you remember the film Back to the Future? What he's up to? What he's up to? What else he's up to? I was never really into Jen Alice. I was never really into Faith No More. Never really into them. I don't know what they kind of fell into, what kind of thing they fell into. They were around about the same time as other things that people were into. Who, and you's old enough to know who Ned's Atomic Dustbin? What? Atomic Dustbin. Looking at him right now. Ned's Atomic Dustbin. Funny how it seemed I was never really into them or anything like that. There's people that I knew who were into them. It's funny how you're into something. It's funny how you can convince yourself you like something when actually you don't. That's a funny one, isn't it? You can actually convince yourself you like something when you don't. Like you can look back and go, I was into like some band. You look back and go, was I actually into them? No, that you're remembering it wrong, that you're getting the band mixed up. But you go, I done it. See that thing I used to say, oh, I like them, and listening and telling yourself you liked it. I'll tell you an example of that. I think I've spoke about it in the webcam before, but what was it? Pet Shop Boys album. What was it? By Limmy. Like I got it. And it was. I think it's about the only bar the greatest hits. Not a great. What's it called? Discography. I got. I convinced myself that I liked it. I remember I used to go into bulletin boards at the time. What was that? 96, that is. Bulletin boards which you'd phone up your modem, and it's like kind of chat room, but it takes a while for fucking messages to get posted or something. I don't know what it is exactly. And there was somebody on there going, oh, bilingual's good. I was talking about it and said, oh, it's good. It's back to classic Pet Shop Boys, back to their classic best. It's classic Pet Shop Boys. And I convinced myself they were right. I remember thinking to myself, aye, it is, isn't it? Think to myself, aye, it is. And then I'm like, how is it? What? You do that, don't you? You convince yourself of things that aren't actually fucking happening. It's like a forum, but you have to. Bulletin boards are like forums, but it took days. I think it took days. Am I remembering it right? You're not just on it. It's weird. I can't remember it, but you're not just on it on bulletin boards and then instantly see messages getting posted like forums. Like you have to wait like a while. It's mad that. Jack Field asks, are Scots the new Nazis? What's this all about with what's his name? Is it fucking Specky cunt? Specky historian. What's his name? Starkey. Starkey. Stark.